So I'm talking to some of you out there who maybe aren't really cross-dressing yet. You're kind of looking to explore this. You want to try it out, that kind of stuff. So you're asking, where would I go get clothes in order to try this out? And honestly, you probably don't even know what you would buy. Okay, so now I know there's probably a part of you that honestly you're looking to avoid embarrassment. You don't really want to walk into just some women's clothing store and buy clothes, which you could do. You can honestly just go walk into a clothing store and say, I want to buy some women's clothing because I want to try cross-dressing. You could do that, but honestly, you're probably not going to because that would be totally embarrassing. I would say, though, to a certain degree, you're going to have to push past a little bit of that embarrassment factor and just walk into somewhere and buy some clothes. Okay? So another big part of this is you're probably looking to do it kind of cheaply. That if you're married especially, you can't just go to the mall and spend $200 on clothing and stuff. Your wife would probably wonder, what the hell happened. She would wonder what all that money was you spent on there or something. I don't know. So that just might not be an option for you, is going and spending that kind of money, and maybe you don't really want to. So I would point you, for the clothes and shoes and all that kind of stuff, I would point you towards a thrift store. That is honestly a place that a lot of cross-dressers get clothing at, is thrift stores. Okay? And you can put together several outfits really cheap. Now, you obviously have to look through the clothing because sometimes some of it is old or out of style or whatever, but you've probably given clothes to thrift stores. And so you know that a lot of the stuff you've given have been decent, and so probably a lot of the stuff that other women have given, is decent too. So you can find some nice stuff you like at a thrift store. Some advice about that, about going to the thrift store. Now, as far as the actual clothes, you're going to want to go a size or two up from what your male size is. Okay, now, so for me, my male size is a small. And as a women's clothing, I usually wear a medium, okay, most of the time. Now, I'm very petite, honestly, so small men's clothes are usually a little bit loose on me. And, medium women's clothes, I wouldn't say that they're tight, but they fit. Like this dress, it's actually not a medium, but it's like a numbered size, but this would be about a medium. You can see that it fits, okay? Now, women's clothing do go in numbers, 0, 2, 4, 6, up. It keeps going like that. You can look up some kind of conversion chart. It's honestly different for every brand. So when you're starting out, I would just look for small, medium, large, extra large, like that. That's going to be much easier to shop and think, okay, in the beginning, and kind of think about the numbered sizes later on, okay? And like I said, go a size or two up. You might, unless you don't mind buying stuff and then later on discovering that it doesn't fit and you have to just throw it away, because you can't really take stuff back to the thrift store. I would recommend trying it on. You can go into the changing room and try it on. There's not any rules against it. Yeah, you might get one or two funny looks, but you know what? People do that all the time at thrift stores. You will not be the first one, believe me. Okay? You can just hold it up to your body. You can take a guess and just take it home and see how it fits, though. You don't have to try it on. But if you want to know for sure, I would just go try it on. But again, that's another reason why you want to go to the thrift stores, because you're not even sure if these clothes are even going to fit, and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on them and find out they don't. Okay, so yeah, try it out at a thrift store. Buy some things that are really cheap, like that. As far as your shoes go, you're usually going to go a size and a half up from your male size, sometimes two. So if you're talking about any kind of like an open-toed sandal, like a high heel or something like that, you can probably do like 1.5 sizes. For a lot of regular shoes, you might have to go 2 sizes up. And again, that's going to be more experimental, depending on your feet, okay, on how your feet are. But that's kind of a guideline for where you're going to want to start. And for purses, obviously those are one size fits all, right? Now, as far as a bra, you might have a hard time finding those at a thrift store, okay, because it's kind of underwear and nobody wants used underwear, but you might be able to. If you can't find it at the thrift store you're at, then you might want to look at Walmart, Big Lots, like an outlet store like Marshalls or Ross or TJ Maxx. Those kinds of places might have cheap bras. Okay. Again, you're gonna have to just buy it. So there is the option though of buying cheap bras online. I have honestly done that. I bought some cheap bras online on Amazon or something like that. That's a place where you might want to look, because I realize that buying a bra is a lot more embarrassing than buying a blouse or something, right? So how you're going to want to size a bra is bras are a little bit stretchy too. So, there's a little bit of a forgiveness if it doesn't fit exactly. So you're going to want to measure around your chest, underneath your chest muscles. Okay, like if you imagine yourself wearing a bra, maybe you've never worn one, but around the bottom of your chest, just underneath your muscles, that's called your band size. Okay, so you're going to measure with a measuring tape. Okay, you have to have a regular measuring tape, like a cloth measuring tape, around your chest. And whatever that is in inches, you're going to round up to the next even number. See, because bra sizes go in evens. Like there's somebody is a 36D or something, right? So the 36 is the band size. Okay, that's how many inches around your chest is. So you're going to measure up to the next highest inch. Okay, so the next, I guess you would say even inch. Okay, and that's your band size. Now, normally, if you're measuring the cup size, that's the A, B, C, like that, you would then measure around your chest, around your bust, and I think you would add an inch. You would add a letter for every inch, okay, over your band. So let's say you measure the band and that was 40, and then you measure your bust and that was 44, well, then you'd be a D, okay, theoretically, okay? But you don't really have boobs, so you just kind of have to buy something that you kind of have to buy where you want it to be, okay? So I would recommend honestly sticking with like a B or a C. I wouldn't go up anywhere past that. Because if you're planning on going out, frankly, most women just don't have huge boobs. And if you're stuffing a bra and trying to make it look authentic, it's harder to pull off with really enormous boobs until you get good at it and more used to it. So I would stick with more like B's or things like that. Now, as far as to what to put into the bra, obviously you can just roll up some socks and stick them in there. If you want something that looks a little better, a little more natural, that doesn't look uneven or things, you could buy some breast forms online for pretty cheap. They sell foam ones and cheap silicone ones and things at different places online. What some women do, some trans women, is they wear two bras. So you would wear like an A cup bra and then, a B cup bra on top of that. And they're both padded. You want to get a padded bra. And it kind of puffs them up. Okay, so you might want to try something like that, as far as your bra goes. Now, a lot of men have much bigger chests than women, so you may find that your bra size is kind of an odd bra size. Like, let's say if you're a 40, your chest is 40, you might have a hard time finding a bra size in 40, okay? So they make what they would call a sister bra, okay? So what that would mean, if you ever look on the back on a bra strap, you'll notice there's 3 sets of hooks, okay? And that's kind of for sister sizes. So for example, a 38B actually has the same cup size as a 40A, I guess, okay? So if you can't find your bra size, you could go up or down to a sister bra, and it might be a little bit tighter on you, but the cup size would be basically relatively the same. And that's where buying a bra online actually might be a good idea, because they have a much wider variety of sizes and things, and you can buy things really cheap at a lot of places, Amazon or something. You can find something really cheap, and just in whatever size you are. Okay. As far as your hair goes, if you're just looking to stay home and have some fun in front of the mirror, you can probably get something at a costume shop, but those wigs do not look real at all. And you are not going to be able to pass outside at all in those kinds of wigs. It's going to look like you're wearing a costume. So I wouldn't wear those. That's really not where I'd get a wig. I know that there's wig shops in a lot of, and that's where I'd eventually go if you're going to really start putting some money into this. But in the meantime, I would buy something online. Um, you can find online stores that sell things just to trans women. I would get things there. Okay, you can probably find a decent wig for like 30 or 40 bucks. You're not going to find anything cheaper than that that's decent though. So 30 or 40 bucks. Okay, is probably what you're looking at. Now, as far as makeup goes, you could walk into some place like Sephora or MAC at the mall, and they're going to tell you exactly what you need, what colors you need, and everything. But you're probably going to spend like $100 or more on the makeup. Okay, but they'll tell you exactly what they need, and if you're willing to spend $150, they'll even show you how to put it on. Okay, and credit the cost of the lesson towards the makeup. But if you don't want to do that, if you want to just buy cheap makeup and experiment at home and stuff, then I would recommend going to some place like Walmart, CVS or something, some place like that, and getting what they'd call drugstore makeup. And you're just going to kind of you're going to want to try to match the foundation to whatever your skin tone is. So you're just going to look at the bottle and take your best guess, honestly, is kind of all you can do. And I went through several different colors of foundation doing that before I eventually found my own foundation. And now I get my foundation at nicer stores. But in those days, I just guessed. Okay? And so you can buy plenty of cheap makeup, some beginning makeup at one of those discount stores, and you'll be just fine. Anyway, that's my advice on how to get all this stuff. Good luck.